Hello and welcome to Master Yourself Academy's YouTube channel. This is Narmada Rao, psychologist and an NLP trainer. I'm going to tell you a small story today. When I was a little kid, say about 8th standard or so, I was cycling back home one day when I saw my school bus right ahead of me, a little in front. And it was a overbridge. So I was cycling up and the bus was already at the peak of the overbridge. So when I went on top, obviously the bus was further down the bridge. And I was very excited and happy that, I finally reached uphill, because now I can just go down and I don't have to cycle and I can go in full speed. So with that, I went down in full speed, and for some strange reason, the school bus driver decides to brake right before the end of the overbridge. He decides to put a hard brake. And I was cycling down in full speed, as I was saying, and I went in. I saw the bus stopped and I tried pressing the brake so hard, but it was too late. I rammed into my school bus and fell down. Everybody got out of the bus. They were really concerned. They were like, "Narmada, are you okay? I hope you didn't get hurt." Everybody was concerned and asking me questions. Of all the people who ask questions, one of my teachers comes down and asks me, "Narmada, why did you hit the bus?" I looked at her like this. I was just flabbergasted. I did not know how to answer that question. I could answer when people were saying, "Are you hurt? Are you okay?" All of that. But when someone came down and asked me, "Why did you hit the bus?" I was like, "Because I ran out of things to do." What am I supposed to say to that? It was really funny, and I don't know why. I was laughing in my head. And till date, that question is something that I'm always amused with. And when I see people use a lot of questions, especially the why questions, I'm always reminded of that incident. So questioning is a way of learning for us, right? We're always encouraged to ask questions. So we ask why, what, how, when, who, all of those questions. Of all the questions, why sometimes can be a bit of a trick question, especially in relationships. Imagine this. A wife is waiting for her husband and the husband comes back late. And the wife says, "Why are you late?" That's one way of asking the question. The husband can say, "I had work to do." Or the other way of asking the question is, "Hey, what happened? Got late today?" Then the husband can say, "Yeah, I was really stuck at work." So the first question is a questioning question. The second question is a seek to understand question. Similarly, let's say, for example, you were expecting a call from a friend and the friend hadn't called you. One way of asking is, "Why did you not call me?" This is a questioning question again. Instead, if you ask them, "Hey, what happened? I was waiting for your call. I didn't hear back from you. All well?" Now, this is something where you're trying to seek to understand. You're trying to have a conversation with them. What happens with why is people usually get shut off with it because it looks like you're challenging them, you're questioning them. Instead, when you ask, "What happened? How is it for you?" or any of the other questions which does not have a why, that is usually better received than why. I'm not saying why is a forbidden word. I'm not saying don't use why, but I'm saying if at all you're using why, see if that is the most appropriate way to ask that question. If there are other forms of questions that you can better ask, like for example, "What happened? How is it important for you?" Instead of saying, "Why is it important for you?" always ask, "How is it important for you?" So all these questions have a better effect on others than why, and hence, next time, before you use why, think twice if that's the best way to ask, or if you can actually give another question another try. Let's say a child forgets to do homework. Most often people end up asking, "Why did you forget to do?" Now, why did you forget? How am I supposed to answer that? Even an adult for that matter, if somebody forgets something and you ask them, "Why did you forget?" there is no logical answer to that. They forgot. If they knew why they forgot, then, well, they wouldn't have forgotten in the first place, right? So that's one. Second thing is, if somebody breaks something, let's say a child breaks something at home. "Why did you break this?" It's an accident, right? So when you ask, "Why did you break this?" the child is also confused, saying, "What am I supposed to really answer to that?" So instead of asking why questions, seek to understand people. When you seek to understand people, people feel a lot more welcomed to, respond to you in a better way. Otherwise, they really feel sometimes threatened, sometimes intimidated, challenged. And when people feel like this, they are not at their best to respond in a way that is appropriate for you. Hence, try and avoid the why questions. Try and seek to understand. Ask questions which are more encouraging a dialogue rather than a questioning question. Seek to have a proper dialogue with people so that it helps them to explain themselves better. It helps you to hear the other side of the story as well. Wishing you all that great influence on people around you. Try it and let us know how it works. If you like what you see, hit like or subscribe to our channel and spread the word. And if you have any questions, please feel free to drop a note to us and we'd be most happy to respond to you. All the best.